This is the notion that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala uses the example of someone who is basically surrounded by thunderstorm, rain and darkness. And what they do to avoid it is just put fingers in their ears.
أو كصيب من السماء فيه ظلمات ورعد وبرق يجعلون أصابعهم في آذانهم من الصواعق حذر الموت والله محيط بالكافرين يكاد البرق يخطف أبصارهم كلما أضاء لهم مشوا فيه وإذا أظلم عليهم قاموا ولو شاء الله لذهب بسمعهم وأبصارهم إن الله على كل شيء قدير.
So today we'll be talking about verse number 19 and 20. The lesson for me that I want to relate with our situation today is the concept of escapism. And that is a real big problem that we have today. The problem or the idea, the phenomena is that we have real problems, but rather than dealing with those problems and being stronger, being patient and using discipline to grow and overcome those problems and those challenges, what we end up doing is we try to escape that reality. And this happens in many different ways. Either we are blaming someone else, or we start watching Netflix or some other series on some other platform, or we just start swiping or scrolling, what have you, in entertainment, in debates, in unuseful, useless things, so that we may escape or try to escape our problems. This again does not help us grow. This does not help us overcome our challenges, but we are just escaping it. And the worst form of that is to substance abuse. We start consuming things that would make us feel great for some time, but then again, we are still left with our problems. And this is the notion that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala uses the example of someone who is basically surrounded by thunderstorm, rain and darkness. And what they do to avoid it is just put fingers in their ears so that they may not hear the thunderstorm. Or maybe close their eyes so they may not see the darkness or be afraid of the darkness. And this is something that we should be avoiding and basically tackling the problems, learning where I am, what skills I need to do to overcome those problems, keep trying, be consistent, be patient, and be disciplined. And lastly, in this verse is also a reminder of something very important, which we have talked about earlier in our episode titled, My Body, My Choice. And that is the notion of not realizing that whatever we have is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reminds us and warns us that if Allah wanted, He can take our ability to see, to hear, and to walk, and so on and so forth. So this is something really important for us to realize, that these blessings and these abilities are from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and if we want to be grateful, we should be using it according to the commands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, staying within the boundaries and guidance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and not transgressing it. And lastly, remember that our Lord Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is able to do all things. So this is also a positive reminder that whatever problems and challenges I have, with the help of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I can overcome them. I can be successful. So if Allah is here to help you, Allah is here to aid you, so ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for aid and be consistent and patient, and with discipline come and overcome your obstacles.